shit, put it back over me, and tucked into it like a burrito roll myself.
Yeah, that's me for sure. Like you ain't gonna get it this
Bitch, you
time.
want to take it this time, right?
You got to pull hard. Yeah.
Hey, my transaction was about a couple seconds off, but I'm on this shit though. Welcome to another episode of More to Discuss. I'm your host, Nunfly, and I'm here with my daughter, beautiful co-host, The Toes. What up, baby? Long time no see around this bitch. Yes, sir. Yeah, man. How are you?
Like I said, good. Been working in school, and I recently started my esthetician classes as well. So I'm like booked and busy AF, but I'm good.
Hey, love the look. The look is looking.
Yes,
The fro is froing.
feeling creative today. I had to let the hair hang out. Had to give them a vibe. I had to come back with something that was worth watching.
There you go. You know what I'm saying?
You know
Put
what
it
I'm
on a little
saying?
bit.
Like it's been a while. Let me draw y'all back in with the interesting beauty.
Let's bring it on back.
I barely got any eyebrows. Like y'all want to see this? This is real.
Hey, that's live though. You looking good with the eyes. You know what I'm saying? And the lip, and the whole fro. You say got the eye and the lip and the fro. You pretty much in the building.
You know what I'm saying? Thank you. Thank
you. How was your week, man? I heard about the new schedule.
It is taking some adjusting. Let's just say I've been sleeping more. I already sleep a lot, so
I guess more couldn't help. It couldn't be bad.
More. How have you
more
been?
couldn't be bad. I've been all right, man. Living, loving, working, not twerking. You know what I'm saying?
I've been twerking, so
I mean, it's a non-twerk zone over here. I'm about to twerk on for everybody. But yeah, man, just living, man, trying to make ends meet at the I-15 and 210 meet, like in San Dimas, like motherfucking Raging Waters. We got a couple cool little show topics, right?
We do. We got some good stuff today.
Since I'm running the boards, I ain't gonna have the pictures up, but I have read this article that you shot us in the group chat about the Georgia woman. What was her name? Amber Nicole Thurman. One time,
my poor baby. As y'all know, probably not. Georgia abortion laws are crazy, like, which is respected, at the end of the day. But at the same time, it's like pro-choice. What's up?
What up, young super producer? Wait for the boards till they get back to him. How you doing, baby? Yeah.
And I feel like they definitely made it very hard for people. Like, I know somebody who recently just had an abortion, and she had to go to Jacksonville, Florida to get hers because out here she was a little bit too far along. And I'm happy that she went to Jacksonville because literally a week after that, this story comes out. And it's like, now it's a kid out here without their parents and all this stuff like that, just because a doctor didn't want to operate on somebody to help them.
Yeah, and it says in the link that you shot me that she was experiencing a rare complication after taking abortion pills.
Yes, so what that is, right? So nowadays, they done made everything more cool now. You don't gotta go sit down and get vacuumed out no more. Now they got it to the point where it's like you could just take some pills, which stops the process of the growth of the baby. And by the time you do that, it has to be between like they say before 6 weeks, but 4 to 6 weeks, so that it's basically nothing that will have to be taken down except for the sack or whatever. And so you just usually would pass that like a period or something like that after you take, I think it's like the first pill, and then like 7 hours later you take the next one, and then you take 4 more right back after that. And it just goes away and everything comes out. But for some people, because they are a little further along, there's a little bit more that needs to be passed, and not all the fetal matter gets out, and that can cause as you can see, very fatal complications. And I think that, like I said, I'm not a person that would be pregnant and want an abortion, but I feel like if you put in a situation where you don't think that you can have a child, or get raped, sorry, anything happens, you should be able to make that decision for yourself. That's how I feel. um because I really just do feel like a lot of people don't protect themselves enough to prevent that from happening, unfortunately. So I feel like they definitely should be able to at least have that safety blanket if that's something that they don't want to
So,
have.
for a little bit of clarification, she went into the hospital. She went into Piedmont Henry Hospital in
Yes.
Atlanta, Georgia, um, needing a routine procedure called a dilation and cursage, which is, they open her up and clear out her
Get everything else out. Yes.
right, and to stave off infection and make sure she's all cleaned out of there. But even though they say in the tweet, I mean in the link that you sent, that under the new law out there in terms of the abortion laws, they couldn't do it because even though they didn't administer the abortion, that actual simple procedure could be looked at or can be read up as a felony
Like illegal.
according to the
But
state
it's like,
laws or
so
whatever.
basically what you're saying is, okay, y'all could go somewhere else and start the abortion process, but if anything goes wrong, you're gonna just die.
Yes,
That's
because
that's
died from
basically
an
what you're saying.
infection. Because she basically died
Yes,
from an
because okay,
infection.
so she probably passed most of it, but she probably still had a piece of that. The sac that the baby's in is in there, and when it's not where it's supposed to be, it's in the midst of falling out, but not out. You got some stuff that's just sitting open that ain't supposed to be sitting open, like maybe your cervix or something. Like, it's a lot of things going on down there that aren't supposed to be going on.
Right.
And generally women, we're very sensitive to a damn, like, you can literally mess around, accidentally wipe back the front and mess your whole life up. Like, it's just that simple, like just the tiniest little things. And it's like that happened from the inside. She has a whole nother kid. Like, I do you think her family could sue a hospital?
Nope.
Wow.
Also because it's the law, and I don't know what Georgia's laws are in terms of suing, but they can't even sue. I don't think our people can sue.
That's crazy. Do y'all see how how they say murdering is bad and blah 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 blah, but hospital do is okay?
Yeah, and that's pretty fucked up. And again, it all stems from them pulling the reversing Roe versus Wade and the abortion laws,
I
which
definitely.
I never got. I never understood why. I mean, we had a discussion on when it first happened in terms of the politicians, the white folks, the higher ups,
I don't get why
wanting
it matters.
to.
Like, why does it matter? Y'all are killing people every day. Why does it matter?
Well, see, that's just it. They killing us every day, but they trying to get more of them out there. That's why
Right,
they
but here's the
stopping.
thing. So y'all killing more, but trying to get more of y'all out there. But it's a lot of biracial, multicultural children as well. Like, y'all trying to just make everybody have kids. Like, y'all want to have population control and also overpopulate at the same time. Like, y'all not making sense. Like,
Well, I believe that they think that with lack of medical care, we stand less of a chance, right? Because they could save their folks. They got all the money. They control all of the shit.
do they not know the strength of spiritual doctors? You know the strength of the black person, the black.
Well, no, they don't. They don't understand it because they're not of it, so they'll never get it.
Yeah,
It's
so we
something
don't
that they
need your modern medicine, babe. We have witch doctors for the bullshit that y'all prescribing us. We got a bitch that's gonna give us some tea and make all that go away.
So I could tell you this though. Most often those feel what they can't understand. But besides that, uh, it could be way more than what I'm thinking it is, right? Because I bust everything down to simple genetics, And
Right.
my personal opinion is genetically, we're better. But
Sure.
of course, they feel the same way about their genetics. So, and since they control most of the motion, they're trying to propel theirs forward at the same time, stunt ours.
I
But it
just
may
think
not
that
even
is
be that
so
simple though.
crazy though.
Right, but it may
Like,
not be that simple though, because look, there's also a plot to okay, so this is what I don't understand. And it may be two different forces pulling at the same rope.
okay.
But if you motherfuckers is crying about population control, how in the hell is stopping women, from controlling the fate or doing their job as God intended for them to control the fate of the population of the world? And turn around talking about y'all need less people in it. How does that work? You see what I'm saying?
That's what
So
I'm saying.
it's all confusing as
Like,
fuck.
I definitely feel like as women as a whole, not even just black women, definitely sending prayers to her family and her son. Another
Definitely
black
that.
man growing up without a mother. It's horrible.
And
Um,
probably not a father. Ain't nobody
and
mentioned
that's
nothing
what I'm.
about none of
It's
that.
just, it's just so. But it's okay. I just feel like all women should definitely pay attention to what's going on, around you and in your state, and know your laws and know your rights and protect yourself. Because at the end of the day, as you can see, even the ones that are put here to help us are not going to. So we got to look out for ourselves in the sense of making sure that we don't get put in these situations so that this doesn't happen. Birth control, female condoms, vasectomies for men. There's a billion different things that can happen that can make things better and make it
No,
easier
yeah. If
and
you're in that
prevent
relationship, if you're in that type of
all
long term
that.
relationship, married, a life partner, or whatever it may be,
Yes,
it's
and stop
definitely a
letting these random
consideration.
people shoot up the club. Like, y'all don't understand the subtitles and everything that y'all created. Unfortunately, somebody lost their life, probably over a sneaky leak. I don't
Huh.
know the depth of who she was pregnant by, but I assuming she wanted to get an abortion. It couldn't have been that serious. So it's like you gotta just protect yourself because now we lost another black sister to the
The bullshit.
like. I ain't even know what to say about it. I ain't even know what to call it. It's just like one way or another, dropping like flies. It doesn't matter what it is, from the food to healthcare to water to everything, y'all. We gotta just start taking better care of ourselves and putting ourselves in better positions.
Yeah. Start paying attention too to your state laws when it comes to
Yeah,
that, because I think a lot of women, especially younger women, get caught um
yeah.
get caught up by not knowing. You know what I'm saying? Like you had a friend that had to go to Jacksonville. A lot of people can't make it to Jacksonville. You
And
know what I'm
that's another
saying?
thing too. And she didn't even disclose to me until more so recently, like how much she had to pay, like $700.
Sheesh. Does that include travel?
It's
That's
not
crazy.
cheap. She did the pill thing as well, but it's like it's not cheap. Thank God she doesn't have any complications. She done went to the doctor for a checkup and everything. And do you know they almost didn't even want to give her a checkup, basically, because she did that, and they were saying like, "Oh, you did that," and she was basically telling them like, "No, I had a miscarriage." You know what I'm saying? Like, because she didn't do it out there, so there was no proof medically that that happened to her out there. So she's like, "No, I just had a miscarriage." Blah 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 blah. They weren't even gonna help her, like just to check on her to make sure everything was okay.
Could it be because she was out of state from out of state?
So she lives in Georgia. She's a Georgia resident, but she went to Jacksonville to have the procedure done and came back home and went to a local hospital to try
Oh,
to get a
okay.
checkup after, like a week or two after, just to double check, make sure everything was all right. And they basically was, looking at everything saying that it looks like that's what happened. And she's like, no, I had a miscarriage. So they were trying to argue with her, and she's like, I'm sorry, I can't tell me what I did with my body. Granted, she was lying. However, check her. They did, but she said it took like 3 hours for them to actually like be willing to just like do it. And it's like y'all are so, I don't know what the word to use, because it's like y'all are supposed to be here to help people, regardless of shot, on fire, miscarriage, abortion, goddamn foot cut off, punch in the eye gouged out, nigga, nose gouged out. It doesn't matter. Doctors in the hospital are supposed to be here for emergencies to help. The
Yeah, they
surgery
take a whole
itself and that
they
shouldn't
take a
really matter.
whole
I feel like that should not matter in a hospital. Like,
they take a whole oath to that shit. Like
I hear that, but
to
y'all
become a
not
doctor.
abiding by the oath.
That's what I'm saying. And I mean, especially when it comes to the law. Like I believe how they say church and state should be separate, that medical shit should be the same way. Like they only dox you. Okay, it only matters to them if their pockets can get full, right?
And that's
And
why
it
I don't
also only
that's why I don't
matters
go to
if
doctors like that.
right. So it also only matters if their pockets can be hit.
Yeah.
So anywhere in between, they will uh demonize you, do anything they can to discredit you in the public, because a lot of people, especially our people, aren't big doctor people, but what we are universal people. We are
Yes.
nature people of nature, and we can find what we need in this earth, especially if it ain't too bad to where a lot of these crazy diseases that came from who start affecting our folks. All the way up until then, we can take care of ourselves with the earth. We
And
have
been
always
doing
took care
that.
of ourselves,
The earth
right?
provides everything. Like
Right. So
everything.
with big pharma and the medical, that's all they're worried about, and it's a kind of fucked up thing because once you do get into a rhythm of getting back in tune with the earth, and you're using your herbs and your juices and your berries to fortify your immune systems and shake off a lot of bullshit that they be on. Um, like I said, they demonize you. They try to discredit you and make all that shit seem horrible. Meanwhile, they got all these supplement companies and all of these Herbalife companies and shit that's basically doing the same shit. My whole point for
No,
saying
even
that,
worse though, they're keeping people sick. Like, I'm going to you for blood pressure and giving me medicine that's supposed to help my blood pressure, but it's actually keeping my blood pressure at a rate to where if I even eat one potato chip, bitch, it's going over a limit.
well, yeah, that's why it's called the practice of medicine. They don't really be knowing shit.
They don't know
I mean,
everything.
they
You
know
know
what
what
they
I've
know up
learned?
until a
Okay.
point.
So, from my observation of the healthcare industry, I've be paying attention to how they do shit. You know what I'm saying? And what I've gathered and understood is they don't know a motherfuck thing. They
So,
just have access to so many different things. They have the ability to throw this, that, boom, back at the problem. And when they figure out what works or makes the problem seem like it is better, they document that and save that for whatever the next time something like this happens and tries that. If that does not work, then they have to try something else, document that, and try both of these things next time. If somebody else come in with the same problem, if those things don't work, then they are trial
so,
and error. That's all
so
they
yeah,
do.
yeah. So that's what I gotta say. So I gotta back that up. They do know shit. They know a lot of shit. They know a whole lot of shit that the average nigga don't know. But what it all comes down to at the end of the day is they manipulate the knowledge they know for, and they only know they only know up until what they know. They run up against more shit that is uncommon that they looking at everybody like, oh shit, you know what this is? And they got to get to discovering and theorizing and doing
Yep.
all this shit to try to figure out what's going on. But that's with anything. Like if you don't know, you don't know. Like you don't know what you don't know. So you can't
No,
help
but
that.
that's I hear that, right? You don't know what you don't know. But then when it comes to the point in time when you're bringing something there, and this is you done seen plenty of people. Oh, try this. Oh, try that. Oh, that didn't work.
Well,
Okay, we'll try this. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, we'll try that.
once they figure out a specific problem, and then they figure out a specific band-aid for the problem. I'm not even gonna say a solution
Because it's a
because
band-aid.
none of
It's
that
still
shit is
kick ass.
solution, right?
Yeah.
Then that's what they roll with. Um, medically, but because that's what they can get paid for, they can control that. They can control the amount of medicine that they give you for that. They can control the amount of time that they see you for that. They generally control that type of. They control their books with that type of shit, with that type of knowledge, right? And they give you these pills to make sure that you come back. based on
Exactly,
said
because
type
when
of
you run
knowledge.
out, you need more, so you got to come back and see me in
I mean,
such
you
and
gotta
such.
do it. They're gonna tell you gotta do it for the rest of your life. When at the end of
And
the
but that's
day,
generally how it ends up being for people.
right? But at the end of the day, shit like high blood pressure, shit like that is generally caused by a little bit of exercise and a whole lot less bad food. You can pretty much run a diabetes. You can pretty much stave all that shit off.
What?
But
Yeah.
even though once you get past a certain point, they'll tell you you pass a certain point, so they can prescribe you these testers and insulins and all of that. But they don't put you on a defined exercise regimen. They give you
No, they never
suggestions.
give
They
you
they they insist that you take these pills, but they suggest that you exercise. They suggest they don't give you no gym memberships and none of that shit.
not even
But they
about the
will give
membership.
you.
Let's talk about meal plans. Let's talk about
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm
actually
saying.
giving us referrals to fresh markets where we can get good shit that
Well,
would
no.
actually help us.
So here's the thing: just like they can prescribe you pills, they should be able to prescribe you a meal card to where you can go to, or to even have delivered the meals that you need to eat per diet per your medical condition. Um, they should prescribe that exercise. Just like you can't make sure motherfucker take that bullshit ass medicine, but you prescribe that shit. Niggas can prescribe gym memberships, nigga, with actual trainers that's gonna help you get done. Medical trainers, they train you just hire them under the medical shit so they can get paid they dough. Train these people to stave off whatever goddamn, you know what I'm saying? But they don't do that because it's too much like right. You know what I'm saying? Too much like right. They rather have you hooked on,
Bullshit.
chemicals.
Fucking they think they have you thinking that you're fixing one thing. Let's say, okay, high blood pressure. They have you think you fix high blood pressure all the time, taking that medicine, fucking your kidneys up.
Liver all fucked up, all that shit.
Everything to the shit. So it's like, okay. And that's why I've also been doing, like I said, the research that I've been doing because I'm literally into like longevity and vitality right now. Like I don't know what it is. My brain is like, we're really immortal, and I need you to figure out how to get there. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Survival
what
mode.
I've been learning is like 90% of illnesses, all that shit is a result of like diet and, like you said, exercise and knowledge of what the earth has to provide for you to make you either feel better, live longer, do like it's already out here. Do you know, like, I don't know if you know, but like the shit that they call weeds, like in the yard, dandelions, all that shit, like dandelion leaves, all that shit like that, literally cures like inflammation. I think it lowers blood pressure. It does so many different actual health benefits, and they tell us to kill these things with acid and pull them out of our yards, and they're a nuisance when it's actually medicine. Like they're literally telling you to get rid of the things that we can literally walk outside and pick and eat and be okay. But like you said, it has nothing to do with them making a dollar, so they don't want that to be a thing. I'm hip and I'm on it, and that's why no, I'm not
But
doing
see,
it.
that's why they made sure that we lost a whole lot of connection to
For sure.
our
And
roots
I've
and
been
our people
reconnecting and I've been
because
learning a lot.
we the people that we come from have had crazy knowledge of the body or knowledge of their people. I'm not gonna
And the
say the
earth.
body, but exactly in the earth. Everybody were in tune. There was a whole thing. But they made sure to wipe all that down though. Like you
Sure.
can't bit more. Like we had like remedies that people just called household remedies that our grandmothers and great grandmothers used to, pass down to us with the like the BC powder, or not even the BC powder, but like natural remedies like tea and
Ease.
mint to clear the sinuses, or shit like that, shit that you get
It's
from the earth.
literally like cayenne pepper, some like all the hot shit will kick
But
all
we
this ass.
had elders, like I'm sure not a native people
Yes.
still maintained a lot of that knowledge because their ancestors were still around to pass that knowledge down. Once we were severed from that knowledge, this is what we got. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Because before this, we were some of the healthiest, craziest,
Bruh, strongest, long living
man,
niggas. And
man.
it's like, bruh, I feel like at one point, even just like as a culture, like black people, were using way more percentage of their brains. Like we were, like you said, tapped in and we seen shit for what it
Tap
really
tapped
was and
from the roots to the
lived
stars, nigga. We was tapped.
through the earth, not on the earth. We lived through the earth, in the earth. We
Yeah,
were the earth. And I felt like a lot of our people are getting back to that, which is amazing. I love to
slowly but surely.
yeah,
You know what
but
I'm
I've
saying?
especially like my generation. I've seen a lot of my generation doing more homestead, like going off grid, like just getting back to the natural way of life, making their own stuff, hurting like raising their own food, doing different things like that. Like if you're gonna eat meat, okay, fine. I'm getting these shits from little chicks and I'm growing them bitches to whatever chicken I want, and I'm
Yeah,
cutting and eating and doing that shit all myself. Make sure it's all safe, making sure it's like
quality control. You know what
I
I'm saying?
need that lifestyle. Like I'm back in the
Hey,
mindset of like I'm not settling for what they have to give me.
you
I don't
are
want
in the
that.
right place for it, right? Because
Yeah.
Georgia, again, we were talking about y'all fertilization. Your soil is hella fertile out there. Big, beautiful greenery all over the place. So you and my man need to seriously consider stacking up and getting an acre or two. Even if you
Yeah,
motherfuckers
that's
gotta
what we've actually
even
been
if y'all gotta
talking
like
about.
tent up, nigga, and live out of some tents or some air mattresses for a few months while y'all, work on getting y'all a single wide or whatever the fuck until y'all build y'all house or whatever. But you guys are in that area to where, man, you got good dirt, good,
Yeah.
rich,
I
beautiful
definitely
Georgia dirt.
will
Yeah.
say that we've been having those conversations and we definitely have decided like that's definitely what we're gonna be doing here. And it's like in our 5 to 10 year plan. Like we're definitely working on those things because at the end of the day, they're not gonna make it no easier. But at the same time, I'm also not just gonna allow what they give me to be that, or
So,
or
but
or,
understand
or
this though.
I'm gonna move my ass out of the United States and
But
go
understand this
somewhere
though.
where they actually care about the people.
Okay, but understand
Because
this though. No real shit. You got to do what you got to do. But I don't
one or
think
the other, one or the other.
I don't ever think. I mean, running for sure, but you can't. Like if you're gonna go, you got to come back and impact, right? Like if you go out there and you
Oh,
build an empire,
always. But
you
I need
gotta
to go get my
because
shit straight before I can
yeah, if you
have
can't do it
stuff.
here,
You
you
know
got to
what I'm
do it where you can
saying?
do it at.
Because at the end of the day, this is how I feel about that, right? Because what you said, I want to do the whole compound life. Like I want to have hella acres, put multiple houses up there, have my folks out there where we could all come together, run like a community, like um I forgot what it FD like how the FDLS communities be like. They do everything on their own. I want to have some shit like that and thrive like that with all of my people and be able to us help each other and level up and live that life of luxury how we want, what that looks like for us. You know what I'm saying? Not
Right.
what that looks like for the outside world. And and here I want to do that, but it's like at the same time the way they even poison in the air, so I just need to like get out of the air, like, to just like think a little bit, like put me out so I can like get back in. Like I need to
So
step out of it so I can get a better understanding of how I'm about to work that one. Because
yeah, also you got to consider that the world is also your house. The world
no,
is
no,
also
it is, and
your,
that's what I
you know what
want
I'm
to get
saying?
back to.
So
I want
you
to get
can't
out
lock
here.
yourself into, I mean, we were born here, raised here for sure, but we are cosmic people, man. Just because it's born in America don't mean we can't go live, prosper in other
And
places.
after seeing your 23andMe, I don't even think we're supposed to be over here. Honestly, I'm
Nah,
not
we
gonna
we,
lie.
we we really shouldn't.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. We
We
don't even
really
belong
shouldn't
over here.
go.
We need to go back to
Nah,
where we're
nah,
supposed to
nah.
be.
We
And
should be in
those
the
people
Cameroon or
love
Nigeria somewhere for
so we
sure.
need to go back over there. I'm
For
trying to go see
sure.
my cousins. I ain't got time to
And the crazy shit is no, but real shit. The crazy shit is you can't go out there and prosper. My only advice would be go out there with a product so you can sustain yourself. You can't go out there looking for no job. That ain't how that's
Yeah,
gonna
no,
go.
you gotta
You know what
bring
I'm saying? Yeah, you got to bring your
yeah,
sustainability with you and
for
then
sure.
help the community around you to sustain themselves as well, and
For
you'll be
sure.
all right. especially going back to Africa, because they need more of us with some dough to get out there and make a
Ain't
difference,
that wrong
and
with
not just
it?
on no
Got
flossing
plenty
ass,
of avenues.
not on no
Got
flossing
plenty
ass
of avenues.
bullshit. I want to build my own city shit. Nah, nigga, go out there and build you a community. Let your
Yeah,
community worry about
like
building the
that they can
city.
help.
Like you can't go out there trying to conquer shit, man. You go out there trying to help. Just like anything, like here. I carry that spirit wherever I go, man. If I go somewhere and I'm in motion and I'm around people, we all in motion.
We all.
And we're
That's
gonna
how
give you
I am
lanes to make
as
sure the
well.
people
I'm
around
putting
you gonna be in motion.
everybody on. I'm spreading knowledge. I'm helping, leading, guiding, however that looks for the situation and the team that I'm in. That's what we doing.
Right. The motion is for everybody. Everybody can be
Yeah.
in motion, right? So, and that's like that wherever I go. So it would be the same, abroad. And I would only relocate to Africa. Like I wouldn't go live. I probably have spots, depending on what the money look like in other spots, what I'm saying, and pretty, help out
I want to
wherever
go
I
to
can
South
across the
Africa
world.
so bad. Like,
Help out wherever I can across the world, what I'm saying, a couple spots here and there, but I would only relocate back to Africa. And if I leave America, I'm going to Africa. That will be my only other home. Right.
I can't say that, but I'm definitely gonna go to Africa.
Yeah, no, I mean in terms of living. Now I'll go visit everywhere. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? But I know that if I have the ability to help, my help will be most appreciated, most needed there. And if I'm gonna be there, if I'm gonna help there, then I'm gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Because that's
I'm
gonna be, main hub. That's gonna be like ground zero type shit. But you know what I'm saying? Above and beyond all though, women especially, pay attention, man. Be
please
careful. Be
don't be out
careful.
here just sharing your body and thinking, oh, I could go pay so and get this done. That's not how life is anymore, baby. We is not in the 90s. It's
And
killing
not
us
to say
for
that
this
that's a bad thing,
shit.
but even if you're out there trying to put your thing out there, protect yourself, man.
That's
Protect
what I'm
yourself.
saying, y'all. They have so many different things. Like they got beer skins, nigga.
One time.
You could still be feeling with the feeling and the feeling. Like you don't even gotta be out here raw dogging. Like you could think you feel like you raw dogging and you not even raw dogging. Like even if the boy, the man, whatever don't come with the protection, nigga, you need to have some for yourself. All sizes, all variations, different flavors. I don't care. If you don't want to do that, get the little arm thing. They got those. If you don't want to do that, they got the Nestle Lounge. You can put it on the inside. If you don't want to do that, you can eat a pill.
But
If you
you
don't
gotta.
want to do that, you could take a plan B. If you don't want to do that, you can have a female condom because they have those as well. There's options. Y'all ain't no way for y'all to
All
keep
the
telling me
options.
that y'all can't do this. It's too many reasons and ways out here for us to start protecting ourselves. There's even natural things that you can drink in or eat that can prevent those things as well.
And also Google your local abortion laws within your state and or
Please, state,
county,
city, county, all that.
because
All
you
that.
gotta
You know,
know
they
where
like
you
to
can,
change once you pick certain lines. They like to change stuff up.
and you have to know where you can run to when you need that help.
For
For
sure.
sure. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure.
And I could tell you for sure, California, we here, goddamn it, bring all of the abortion eaters.
And
We
from what
got
I
y'all.
understand,
You know what I'm talking about?
Jacksonville foot with you up to um 8 weeks. So
So there you go.
that's
And two
another
joints
one,
we know
ladies.
one time. But yeah. Find that out
I'm not
and know
against
that.
it. Every life is precious, but I also do understand that you can't. Like I watched too many people growing up personally, and still as an adult, seeing people that I'm very close with, or that I'm not even close with, just seeing them like on the streets that are struggling with children. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
Causing these kids to have these traumas and these emotional impact, and when they could have just made a decision before anybody even had any consciousness.
Right. Right. Right.
So it's just like, come on, man. If
Yeah,
y'all
get your awareness up. Get your awareness up. Get your knowledge up. Use that Google. Shit's free if you got a phone.
hey,
And figure out where you can go for that help, man. Because they trying to make it hard, but it's still around, bro.
it
That's
is.
and that's important because we
Don't
don't
be out here
need.
drinking bleach because I've seen that trend.
Yeah,
Don't be out
that's
here
stupid
doing
as
that
fuck. Don't
crazy
ever do
stuff,
no stupid
man.
shit like that. That's
Don't
the
do
stupid
that,
shit in the
man.
world. And
Please.
we don't we really don't need no more Amber Nicole Thurmans. Rest in peace to her and her
Not at
folks, her
all.
people.
Ladies, please just protect
They not gonna
yourself.
help us. Think we gotta help ourselves. And the way you help
Beforehand,
yourself is knowledge.
contracept yourself.
The best way to protect yourself is knowledge. So, because they're not gonna help us. Help yourselves. So know what you need to know and do what you need to do.
Have
Stay
to.
safe out there for sure. Um, boom, right quick. Super producers in the building. This is what's about to
Yeah,
go on with the
yeah,
Diddler
yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah. He right on time because you
My
already
nigga Sis
know we got
impeccable.
so much to cover with this man.
And my man read the affidavit, read through the affidavit a bit. I'm not sure how far he got into it. But yeah, he gonna have to go ahead and hop on and kind of guide this whole
You already know anything to help this
capturing of
man. He the
Diddy
man.
thing.
He the man with the plan for shit. No.
Hell yeah. What up, baby?
What's
Can you give me
up, you
some water?
guys? Can y'all
Hey,
hear me?
just had a conversation about uh
Well, you
but
cleared
hey,
up now. Can you hear me?
yeah, I got you. I can hear you. I can hear you fine.
Okay, cool. My bad. Sorry for being late.
Oh no, we in this bitch though. And now we are going over into our other topic, ladies and gentlemen. The capturing of the Diddler. You know what I'm saying? The whys, whats, and hows it's. And how we feel about that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pass it on to the super producer, Kingfish Mac, in the
No, don't
building.
pass it on to me. I'm trying.
Well,
I'm
no,
trying to catch
because
up. I'll just.
no, because we going into the Diddy stuff, and I know you pretty much didn't look through the affidavit. So you know the
You all
actual.
in betweens.
Yeah. We got some because I know this, like we were talking about in the text. Aside from the freaky shit, I'm more interested in what the actual case is gonna be about. Like, is it drugs? Is it the sex trafficking? Is it the just like what? Because we know he didn't caught with a mule, so called. We know that he didn't have people bring broad and flew broadside, which everybody do,
That's why
but because it's him and his situation is
it's
being
so bad.
demonized,
It's so
right?
bad.
Boom. So these are things that we know. I haven't read through the affidavit. I had started, but I didn't get no. I probably got like two goddamn paragraphs in. It was like, you know what? This is a lot that I don't really. The verbiage is a lot.
It
You know what I'm
wasn't
saying?
hitting.
Yeah. I wasn't. It didn't resonate with me like
It
that,
wasn't
like for
click.
real.
It
You know what
wasn't
I'm
clicking.
saying?
It wasn't.
But I know. I know.
That's funny.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
No, I was
No,
about to say, I
but
know
you're
you did
right.
go through it. I know you did go through it. You shot it into the group text and shit. Like I said, that's where I got it from. And once I got to getting into it, I was like, you know what? Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, we know the things that we know. But I know you know a bit more. You know what I mean?
I
So
know that they done found over 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Let's just jump right into it. Okay.
now everybody, okay, hold
All
on.
that baby oil.
Everybody has been trying to make excuses for this baby oil, and I'm gonna give mine.
Okay.
Niggas love to see
Well,
a glossy
yeah.
booty in the weekend. They could have had a motherfucking hot oil wrestling matches cracking.
That's what
It could
I
have
thought.
been
That's what I said.
boom,
When
right?
I
You
seen
could
that,
have
that's
had
what I
big
said.
ass
I
slip
said
and
they was having
slide in the
like
back
wet
in the
t-shirt
back.
concerts, but the shirts weren't wet. They was oily.
Hold up, right? Some oil wrestling. Hey, a motherfucker didn't want to waste all that money on water, so we got a whole bunch of baby oil for the slip and slide. Nigga, you
Fuck
know what I'm saying?
around.
It's a whole lot of shit you could do with a whole lot of bottles of baby oil and lube. I'm just saying, not to say that he wasn't doing whatever. I'm not trying to throw the nigga no bail. I'm just saying, since everybody got excuses, them was mine, goddamn it.
We know exactly what he was doing with that lube. I just
Well,
feel
well,
like Diddy is
well, my
crazy.
question.
Oh my god, love it. And I don't think that I ain't gonna lie, y'all. People always
So
like,
my
I'm
my
the villain,
question
I'm the
about
villain.
the.
Like him and R. Kelly, like they're cool guys. Like, why is everybody so mad? Like, god damn. Like, I know they do fucked up shit, but like when you really look at the whole industry, like who doesn't?
right.
Like, if like this is my thing about it, right? Y'all picking and choosing who the fuck y'all want to point out and prosecute and take down when you put in all these niggas back, have another big celebrity party, and the FBI need to be sitting right in the middle of that shit and getting everybody because it's not just them, but yet they the ones in the cells. I feel like y'all gonna do this, lock them all up. When they started that shit with Bill, I was like, yo. Because we got Hugh. This is before Hugh even died yet. That nigga been doing it for centuries. Okay? And on this nigga so cold with how he was doing it. He had that shit on films. A whole series.
But that's just it about Hugh. This nigga put it in everybody's face. He let them know. So you can't really say shit because like nigga, y'all already knew that.
No, that's what everybody's saying. But it's like, okay, whether it's in our face or behind our back, it's still happening. So it's like, why can't they get these sayings? It's like as this man, rather regardless you put it in everybody's face, cool. But it's
the internet,
the same thing.
The internet pick and choose now though. Cause back in the day, when nobody getting cracked for none of this shit, it's been going on.
That's what I be saying.
It's been going on. The internet does this shit. We don't do it. We don't give a fuck.
So
we be watching movies and listening to music.
All of the rage, like that is the big bazoom of everything. Like that's what blowing everything up. Like we gotta act because everybody's seeing it.
Hey, it's all new to me. Back in the day, niggas mind their business. We just watch TV and listen to music. Goddamn it, we wasn't worried about nothing about it in the radio. I mean, in their bedroom and none of that. We was watching TV.
I missed that.
Listening to music.
I know stuff about people I've never met.
All this shit we got in the Inquirer, and then all this type of shit we was getting in the National Enquirer, and half the motherfuckers, most of the motherfuckers didn't believe this shit in it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So we didn't have this problem back then. It wasn't, it wasn't on our radar.
The age of information has truly, messed up all the little freak parties. Like, dang.
Yes, man.
Trying to come out, slang way, get a little drunk, do a couple Quaaludes, hang out. That's it. Hey. Now everybody going to jail.
Hey. A party ain't a party like you used to party. You know what I'm saying?
A party ain't a party no more. A party ain't a party no more.
That is so fucked up. That is so fucked up because just imagine all of this shit happening back in the day and niggas is going home with all these great memories and niggas literally waiting to the statute of limitation to talk about the shit. Like it was a whole thing. Like niggas been doing this shit since the Roman times and beyond. Like it's not a fucking surprise. It's not a fucking thing, right?
Freak party's been a thing.
Only because the internet. You know what I mean? Yeah. This is crazy. Crazy times we living in, right? Nick can't even party no more. Kendrick Lamar just put a whole rap out. Go ahead, baby. My bad. Get it in.
Who, me?
Yeah.
You sound pretty low. Is it just me?
Can you hear me better now?
A little bit, yeah. I'll just be quiet.
No, let me see if I need to adjust anything. How about now?
Nah, you good. You good.
Yeah, so like I was saying offline in the group chat, the first day or whatever, that I thought that it was, number one, more to it, and number two, real peculiar that they would use the RICO shit the same way that they did with R. Kelly, right? And, we got the indictment. None you know, but most people don't know because they know us from, talking shit in the Piranha Pond. But they do know that we both have walked off, a bunch of time. Both of us.
Decade plus. Yes, sir.
Right. So my decade plus was spent in the law library, right? So I'm like the real motherfuckers be like, oh yeah, he a jailhouse lawyer. Like I'm really that for real, right? Mm-hmm. So from a legal standpoint, the whole, I was real interested to read the 14-page indictment. And the first thing that I thought was that it was constructed real poorly, right? That it seemed like it was kind of rushed through, and basically without getting into, all the legal problems that I see. They charged them with 3 counts, right? And the first count being racketeering, to get you to RICO. RICO stands, for those that don't know, RICO stands for racketeering or racketeering influenced corrupt organization, right? So the racketeering part, they have a list of 31, I think it's 31 different predicate acts that
That's a
are
lot.
identified as violative of the RICO Act. In order to complete the racketeering part, you have to have 2 of those acts committed within a 10-year, I think it's a 10-year period, right? 10 years of the indictment going backwards. So that's the racketeering part. Then the organization part, and this is where it gets real, where I say tricky, but I just think it's real petty, right? And I think it's pointedly petty. But the organization part of it, you have to establish what they define as an enterprise, right? And enterprise is in quotes. And in this case, well, generally the enterprise is going to be a conspiracy, right? A conspiracy among individuals, right? Or it's going to be an entity like a company or some shit like that you can actually, name as a defendant. Or what the feds have done in the last 20 years is they've included what they call an enterprise in fact, right? So say like we doing this this podcast right now, and it didn't have a name, and we was just in this motherfucker just talking shit, right? And then the feds decided, okay, well, they are operating under the name, the channel, the Piranha Pine Streamcast. So we're going to make that an enterprise in fact, even though the 3 motherfuckers that's talking never said that they were all part of this entity called the Piranha Pine Streamcast. The fact that we were streaming under the channel makes it an enterprise in fact, right?
So we ain't even got to really know each other. We could have all been brought together by, God and everything. Only know each other through these squares, and because one of us is doing some shit, every last one of us
So
be
they're
brought in for
basically trying
questioning.
to say the Combs enterprise, like as in like him and whoever he's dealing with is who the enterprise is.
So
That's
here's
crazy.
and again, this is where I say it's lazy and sloppy, but it's also real fucking peculiar, right? It makes me raise my eyebrows. So what they did, right, is they named a particular thing the Combs Enterprise, right? That is the criminal organization. However, how they define the Combs Enterprise is all the shit that we know from Puffy. All the legit shit, Bad Boys Records, fucking Ciroc,
The alcohol, the clothes,
the clothes,
yeah,
the this, the that,
yeah,
all his different holdings. They put that as part of the enterprise, as well as the freak offs.
right.
And then, in order to get the conspiracy, right, they charged, well, they didn't charge, but they alleged that the employees of the legit businesses had committed acts that may not be crimes in themselves, but they are considered to be overt acts in furtherance of the conspiracy to further the enterprise. So when you got somebody like an assistant who is just trying to fucking hustle, and Puff is saying, look, I need you to get, call whoop-de-whoop. They're going to have 3 people who's going to get on the plane, make sure you got these tickets, whoop-whoop, get them from there, get them to the airport. Or when they got, somebody that's in that motherfucker stacking up lube and cleaning up shit and making sure that there's GHB and roofies and whatever the fuck else them niggas is in there doing. All of these, or the people that's booking hotels for, say, this nigga want Chris Brown. I'm just using him as an example. This is not even alleged, but say he wanted Chris Brown to come and party with him, fly his ass into New York from Los Angeles or wherever, Miami, wherever the fuck, right? And whoever booked that ticket becomes now part of the conspiracy. So now for somebody who is just doing a regular job, they not doing nothing criminal. Even if they fucking saying, damn, this nigga Puffy is a freaky ass motherfucker, right? These niggas be on some freaky shit. None of that shit is illegal, right? And so for the feds to come in and say, well, look, here's the thing. We got these lawsuits and they allege this, and this happened. You work for the company. What do you know about this? Now, you can be, right now, you are an unindicted co-conspirator. You can turn that into being a fucking witness, or you can turn it into being a co-conspirator. Which one do you want? And these is not people that's committing crimes. So when they say that they got all these different witnesses, this, that, and the third, right? These are just employees that may have done some shit that they thought was real innocuous that lended itself to this nigga doing the freak off shit. Now here's the other thing. Because they combined all the business assets and the freak off and made it into one enterprise, the RICO states that any proceeds derived by the enterprise, legitimate or not, if the enterprise is proven to be one that operates for the purposes of whatever the fuck it is that they accusing them of, right? That's the RICO shit, right? These three crimes, or two crimes, because one is the RICO, one is sex trafficking, one is interstate transport of sex workers for whatever the fuck, Mann Act shit, right? So again, all the shit is freak off related shit. You feel what I'm saying? But if they win the case, they get to attach all the assets from everything. Not any monies that he made from the criminal freak off. Also, in order to get the RICO, right, the first charge, remember they had to allege a couple of predicate acts that actually are crimes. They don't have to prove those individually, like in a state court, right? They just have to prove by, a preponderance of the evidence or beyond a reasonable doubt that whatever evidence the fucking feds put up cumulatively kind of leads you to believe as a juror that, yeah, this nigga probably did kidnap a nigga, tripping off the bitch, took him to Kid Cudi's house, stalked Kid Cudi. Yeah, him and his boy probably did. That's the kidnapping. Yeah, they probably did cut a hole in the motherfucking rag top of the Ferrari and throw a Molotov cocktail in that motherfucker. That's the blowing up Kid Cudi's car and the arson, right? Because they saying arson, drug charges, kidnapping, extortion, the automatic weapons, but he ain't charged with none of these crimes individually. Although they all could have been, like, nigga, you raided this nigga's house 2 months ago.
Right.
LA fucking, or LA PD or the district attorney and the Dade County or whoever the fuck, wherever you find the guns with the serial numbers, scraped off and whatever little pills and whatever the fuck you found that was illegal, you could have prosecuted them then. When you had evidence to say that this nigga had blew up somebody's car or some shit, you could have prosecuted them on the state level there. But it would have been hard to get those convictions. You feel what I'm saying? As opposed to
they could just
you just throw all that shit in as a gumbo. You know what I'm saying? And it makes this nigga look like a fucking terrorist, which he probably is, right?
Right.
Just in terms of the fucking definition of the word and shit, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mind you, I'm not throwing a nigga no bail, right?
No bail will be thrown on this channel, goddammit.
Right. But it's just amusing to me.
Do the crime, you gotta do the time, but at the same time, they need to make sure you're doing the
time
for the right crime.
Right, man. They gotta get you right, man.
Like, you gonna do some shit, be doing it for what you did, not because they want to try to stack up BS on you or nah. Nah.
Well, see, that's just it though, because like my man was saying, ain't nobody mentioning nothing about the guns and drugs. All they talking about is lube and sex trafficking,
Yep.
and that's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, my thing, Tootie, you could tell me, you probably would know better, but I was kind of under the impression that baby oil is not good for lube.
Baby oil is not good for lube. I don't think he was using the baby oil for the lube. I think because it was lube also included.
Yeah, that's what I said. Ain't no telling.
So the
Ain't
baby
no
oil was
telling.
going everywhere else to make
That
it
porn shit. You know what I'm
shine.
saying?
Yeah.
Make sure there ain't no dry spots in the house. No dry spots in the house.
Exactly, nigga. I need to be able to
Look,
swipe
man, let me tell you
directly
something.
past you.
Let me
If
tell
it's
you
any
something.
type of friction when we slide past each other, you need another squirt, nigga.
Right
I
quick.
Another
didn't,
squirt.
I didn't, as a young man, I done been on some freaky experimentational type of bullshit, right? So I didn't oil wrestle with a chick and
Here.
trying to get it in. That
Here,
shit's
here.
not fun.
It's
I mean,
not
it's a little work.
Slippery.
Hold on. It's a little work.
Everywhere. It's messy as fuck.
So
It's come on now. We can
So
do
gotta
look,
something
get some
different.
tart.
hold
No,
on
you
though.
gotta set
As a
some-
Remember,
competitor,
these is professional freak offs.
yeah. So look,
literally
Somebody in the
sex and
sex work
drugs
shit
and
gonna be like,
fun.
look, man, 1,000 bottles of fucking baby oil. What the fuck we gonna do with that? Have a hot oil wrestling night or some shit?
but that's
That
what
shit
I
ain't
That's
good
the
for
said.
type of
nothing.
stuff they were doing.
Hey,
I
that's
really think that's the type of shit they were doing.
but
Like
that's what I'm saying.
betting
Is
on women, all type of shit.
the baby oil could have been an entertainment part. Like I said, man, he could have had a 50-foot fucking slip and slide out there and didn't want to waste the water bill, nigga. We don't know.
Type shit.
You know
Dump
what I'm
all that
saying?
shit down the slip
We
side.
don't
We're
fucking
gone.
know.
Zoom.
But
Like
what we do know is there's evidence of the freak off. So when you put 1 and 2 together and try to get 4, it sound good, especially with all the visuals and the crazy shit with the AI they got going on. But at the end of the day, the crimes is the point, and having orgies is not a crime. People
not
live
even.
in
And
whole.
that's another thing. All these people are coming to this party. Like he's not one by one. Come to my party. Come to my party. Pull your
Right.
titty out. Come to my
Again, that's
party.
why I said I
Like
think that
they're coming together for this get together. Now we getting together at this get together. Yeah.
Yeah, whoever stays, stay.
You
Nigga, I ain't say you
know,
gotta stay,
but it's a get together. Like I don't. Like
but
I said,
you ain't
I
gotta
don't
leave either. Is all
know.
I'm saying.
It's even like with R. Kelly, right? These mothers were giving their kids to this man. Like
It wasn't no false pretenses. Everybody involved got some type of paid, I'm
Like
sure.
I don't know, man. I don't
see,
know.
look, this is just some bullshit to me. Look at this shit.
I don't know.
Members and associates of the Comb Enterprise, including high-ranking supervisors, security staff, household staff, personal assistants, and other Combs business employees, facilitated the freak-offs by, among other things, booking hotel rooms for the freak-offs, stocking the hotel rooms in advance with the required freak-off supplies. It's hilarious how they keep putting freak-offs as capitalism.
Yeah, because that's the
Like
point.
it was like it's an animate object and shit, right? Like it's a living thing.
It's an organism. It's an organism, baby. You know what I'm saying? The freak off. It's an organism, baby.
Including controlled substances, baby oil, lubricant, extra linens, lighting, blah 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 blah.
But I mean, nothing about the guns and drugs, though.
Nothing about the gun.
Right. Well, yeah, well, it does say that, but that's in count 1.
Yeah, but I mean, that's not what the people are
That's
focusing
not what they
on.
keep
That's not what the
emphasizing
right,
over and over and over.
right,
again.
right. But
Yeah, they
so
bring it up, but they're freak offs, like freak offs, like freak offs.
like that's a bad thing. They only mad that he didn't put it on HBO. That's all that
they were
is.
having sex.
They mad that they couldn't get no money from it. But
A bunch of consenting adults were having sex. Yeah.
so, but here's the thing, though, and that's what brings me to.
Let me say
Go
this.
ahead.
Another thing, this quick, right? Another thing that stood out to me immediately, right? Just as somebody who used to write briefs, is the idea that you start off with the overview, right? But you in count 1. That's the first thing, right? The overview should have been before count 1. But even after the overview and in the overview, you name all these AKAs, but then you keep naming it. Every time you say Sean Combs, you shouldn't even be saying Sean Combs anymore. You should just be saying the defendant.
At that point,
Because this first line should have been Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy, aka P Diddy, aka Diddy.
Yeah, so
AKA
we know who
P.
we're
Diddy.
talking about all throughout the
Fuck
rest
is
of
P.
Already.
D,
Right.
aka Love, and then it should have said hereinafter referred to as the defendant. So every time after that, when they need to say him, they should just be saying defendant at all times.
And damn, you're right. Every time they say Sean
defendant
Combs.
should have whoop whoop, but they just keep saying
Damn.
this is like somebody first year law student wrote
Damn.
They just do that shit right together.
Every
But that
time they say Sean Combs,
or
that's there.
or
Damn.
they proving the point.
There's
Well,
no point to be proven.
no.
Well, they pounded into the people's head that this is exactly who they going after. This is exactly who they want. Everybody who read this document ain't
Nigga,
gonna
we
be able to get
know.
that nigga name out their head. Yeah, we know.
We know.
But I'm just saying, I'm pretty sure it's a mistake because it's a waste of fucking space.
That's
Just
not.
to
No,
prove
I'm
it.
sorry.
So what this
A
document,
mistake
And it's not
like
efficient either.
one or two paragraph,
what
maybe
this
even three.
documented
This is
what
all
this
the way to
document-
20.
So what this document is, right, is when they go into the grand jury, that shit is live. They actually the assistant U.S. attorney is talking to, I think it's 30 motherfuckers, 36 people, however big the grand jury is. Once they come back with or present all the evidence, then they give them this document to go back and go over. If the grand jury agrees with everything, then the foreperson signs off on the document.
Has that been signed off on?
Yeah, signed off
it's
by
just
the
redacted.
foreperson. And then that you guys saw the dude, the little peanut head black dude that did the press conference.
Mm-hmm.
That's this nigga.
Damian Williams. Yeah.
So whoever the fuck he got working in his office, they don't know what the fuck they doing, and he don't know enough to check them.
Could this be like a reason why some shit wouldn't go through?
Nah, because it's not that big a deal. It's just hella inefficient and waste of space.
It's just a poor form.
Yeah, poor form.
And,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it bleeds of somebody who don't have a lot of experience.
I think
they do. This is probably somebody that graduated top of their law class and really think that they the shit, but really haven't taken the time to read like hundreds of pleadings like the ones they supposed to write.
Or he was just hella nervous, or she was just hella nervous. They was just hella nervous, and just got cracked. It's my first major, Sean Combs. Oh my god, and just spazzed out. But I mean,
no, he's gonna let them know that it's Sean Combs, aka.
And don't forget to let them know. Don't forget to let them know exactly who we talking about at all times.
AKA.
The AKAs is popping like a sorority.
Yeah, they are. I'm surprised they're not stumping right now. It's not a step show on that nigga indictment.
AKA the fuck?
Followed by a ski at the end of that.
Don't forget. AKA. Okay, don't forget it. Every name that he didn't been called throughout his whole career, nigga. AKA.
Hey, I am interested to see where this is going, because it took them a lot to drag R. Kelly through his shit. This is gonna be interesting. Plus, they had that nigga multiple states.
They did R. Kelly the exact same way, same office, SDNY, Southern District of New York, right. Exact same office, different prosecutor. Obviously, this dude looked like this is his first big case ever. And, this nigga biting at the chunk. He biting at the bit. This nigga doing press conferences and some more shit. Man, USADAs don't be doing no fucking.
He gonna get baby oiled up to make sure this thing go right.
Like when they knock your ass down, like Rudy Giuliani, that nigga when he took on, he was the first motherfucker to use RICO, right? Same district, Southern District of New York, right?
But they just love RICO,
press conferences and tell them motherfuckers was thoroughly in trial, won the first one. That nigga was like, yeah, we got some shit and we coming after y'all. and fuck y'all type shit, right?
Mm-hmm. That's
So
what
when
Rico
all
do.
that shit was going on,
That's clearly what
motherfuckers
Rico
wasn't
did.
doing no press conferences, man. They was trying to make that shit work.
Mm-hmm. This is gonna be interesting. Like I said, I wonder. I mean, again, no bail, but I mean, he ain't killed nobody. They ain't saying he personally drugged nobody. Uh, we talk our shit being in this digital space. I wouldn't dare call us media, but we talk our shit. But at the end of the day, on some real shit, he is a black man, and being influenced by these crazy white folk, I can understand if it is true where he fell at. But to that extent, man, let the nigga get his day in court. I mean, we gotta kind of like back up off of him a little bit, I believe, because he another nigga, man. I ain't trying to make way for other niggas, and we shouldn't just throw that nigga away like, man.
He was just trying to help some of his friends get a little coochie, like y'all mad because y'all friends don't love y'all enough to try to get y'all little coochie. Y'all whack. That's how I feel about it. Like
that nigga wasn't getting nobody no coochie. That nigga was getting his girl some weenie.
Same thing. He'll probably taking some weenie too, but I mean that's his business. That don't make him a
probably
criminal.
won't scratch his itch, and he probably won't scratch her itch. So he brought in somebody that was gonna scratch both the itches. Like
just to add pour a little salt in the wound. You was talking about what they publicize, all the embarrassing shit. You know what they also publicize? We have over 60 individual videos of the freak off parties.
Oh, I ain't seen none of that. I ain't seen none of that. I think
a lot of these CEOs and everybody backing down. They trying to get out while they can.
So let me tell you what I saw.
Man, they gonna Jeffrey Epstein, Sean Diddy, man. He better watch his motherfucking self, man.
Hey, they said they got. I did see that they said they had my nigga on suicide watch. But watch this though. I seen the little AI shit that they had with the police in the house with all the lube and shit up against the wall or whatever. It's supposed to be the bathroom. That bullshit was hilarious. And I seen him whooping Cassie ass. And the only two things that I saw come from this shit. So, I don't know about the criminal aspect of him whooping Cassie ass, but he should have toned for that for sure.
Ain't nothing other than that.
Yeah, no, but I'm saying he got to do some time where he should have toned for that if he hadn't. Everything else, man, that shit is up for the jury to decide. I guess
$30 million for that, so we don't need to talk about cashing them up.
Yeah, boom. So there you go.
It's done. Okay,
all of that other shit
for all her pain and suffering, shit.
Like all that other shit, nigga, we don't know. Like they were saying, man, they ran up in a house that they found guns and shit in, but they ain't even what they talking about. Like, what are we talking about?
They're just trying to. What I think is they're just trying, like y'all said, smash as much shit on him as they possibly can, and see how far they can take it. And knowing these motherfuckers with money, they gonna take it all the way. So
that's for sure.
That's just really what is boiling.
Y'all niggas need to watch who y'all party with, because when them big niggas get cracked, all y'all secrets is exposure.
Hey, y'all need to start some more underground clubs. Y'all done took those away. Y'all need to put those back up.
The age of information will not allow it to happen.
No cameras, no phones, no nothing.
The age of information will not. Nigga, you'd have to get that.
Dude, our security is real eyes, nigga. No AIs, nigga. We not doing that.
I was watching this thing on the military and how a bunch of ex-military like special ops dudes got these bunkers that got the special paint over them to where if you go in that bitch, you ain't gonna be able to use no cell phone anywhere in that motherfucker. Yeah. It's like a Faraday cage. Just the paint blocks the signal, nigga. They can't get in. There ain't nothing going out. I was like, nigga, yeah. Nigga need to have that at their party.
Because like I said, I'm just having the fun. I'm a free person, so I'm down with all that fun stuff. But it's like, y'all gonna try to, like he was, man. He was just being freaky, man. He was just being
I think that shit's called EMF paint. I'm not sure, something like that, but just actual
y'all
paint.
Look into that. For all the other billionaires out there that like do free calls, get y'all some EMF paint so that they can't hit y'all with no.
Hey, all you got is word of mouth around this bitch at that point because it ain't no.
And it's my word against yours, and I say that didn't happen. So what you talking about?
Yeah, boy, it was a couple military special ops guys that said, man, yeah, we know too much about what they got going on. And they carry their phones and shit in Faraday bags, like little Faraday cages to block the fucking. They got bags that they carry their shit in, and they got their little bunkers where they got the paint covering their walls to where you can't get. Yeah, nigga.
They got all the technologies.
They ain't playing. They know what this government up to, nigga. Yeah, and they ain't with it. Nigga, leave us alone.
And this has been a nice 1 hour and 10-minute show.
Yeah, it was been a long, but it was a dope one, man. I'm happy my man popped in on us and enlightened us with the Diddy affidavit shit.
Yes.
I felt real official today. You know what I'm saying? My beautiful daughter got her look popping today. That was dope. And this has been a wonderful episode.
Looking pretty.
You know what I'm saying? Try to get back at y'all next Saturday with another hot one. But until then, do all the liking, sharing, subscribing, and all the love that you got to give it. And we gonna give it back, goddammit. And until we do, peace.
That's even worse.
Grab my shit, put it back over me, and tuck into it like a burrito roll myself.
Yeah, that's me for sure. Like you ain't gonna get this.
Bitch, you gonna take it this time, right?
You got